Hi, I'm Ellen Lampert-Grayo, and I'm very pleased to be here today with Bran Ferren of Applied Minds, who is also our creative consultant for our new conference, Envision, which will be taking place in Monterey, California, September 19th to 21st. We are very excited about this. It is not a trade show. It is not a masterclass. It is a conference, a symposium for like-minded people to get together and really talk about important issues with an eye toward the future. Bran, good afternoon.
Ellen, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you very much for having us here. And talk to me a little bit about Envision, how you envision what this conference will be and why we're doing it.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I've been listening to, having grown up both in the arts and the world of technology, of how things will change the world in the next 15 or 20 minutes. And so, on one level, people are always looking about 5 minutes into the future about what's going on, and generally speaking, not much changes from year to year. But over the past 3, 4, 5 years, amazing changes are actually happening. And I think, you know, with a nod of the head to Alan Kay, we're actually witnessing the beginning of the computer revolution. We talk about it as if we're way into it. The computer revolution hasn't begun yet. And my sense is it's just beginning. And that it is going to have a dramatic effect on everything for which storytelling is core. Now, live theater, performance, television, video, it's all about storytelling. Education, you can argue, is all about storytelling. There hasn't been a significant political leader who was not a great storyteller. It's core. We acknowledge it as being core in many areas of the arts. Other businesses don't, but it is. And so the question is, what's going on now all of a sudden that might be different? Well, first of all, we're being taped without tape with a camera that for several $100s outperforms what a studio camera would have done 5 or 10 years ago. We have 7 billion people on the planet with 6.5 billion working cell phones. 10 to 15% of those are smartphones. That will double within the next year, which means that a significant percentage of the world's population all the time will be on the internet. If you look at enabling technology for storytelling, it's been invented for a long time. Theater, we decided, well, how about a proscenium? Let's go indoors, let's get some lights, sets, other things like that, all technologies to enhance storytelling. Typically, the important storytelling technologies have always been the ones that either allow you to reach a larger audience, speak in a language that people understand, and that you can actually gather that audience, because it's one thing to say you could reach them, but you actually have to get them interested enough to come see you. If you look at the internet from that perspective, it will shortly be connecting the majority of people on the planet. Language barriers are disappearing. You know, you can say that, well, the kind of translation we have now for written text is kind of crappy, and the answer is it is kind of crappy. And it turns out kind of crappy is about 7,000 times better than nothing, which is what most of the planet had before that. And what we are at the dawn of is a new age of storytelling. And that age of storytelling means that the traditional barriers, access to people, language, the ability to produce things at a reasonable cost, reasonable enough so for the audience that you could go after it, all of that is literally disappearing as we speak. And for people who are storytellers, whether you're a theater professional, whether you're a writer, you're a filmmaker, etc., or whether you're a video game producer, or whether you're involved in a whole series of the museum business, virtualization. How many kids have walked into a library born in the past 10 years, etc.? It's all changing. And so it seemed like this is an interesting time to get together with people from all sides of that opportunity. Whether you're in the theme park business and you do three-dimensional storytelling in real time, whether you're in the traditional theater, any area of the performing arts, or you're part of the generation of online producers who are generating media directly for the web, that's what Envision is about, is how do we get together and have a meaningful dialogue that says, well, what do we think is happening now? How is it different? And what are we going to do about it?